What up, Couch Gang? Almost forget what I'm saying. What up, Couch Gang, hip hop crimies and crimettes? Welcome back to the couch. It's your man Bito back with another reaction. So if you know, you know. If you don't, excuse me, hit the button below. We back with some more Bubba, baby. I ain't chose the rhyme, rhyming chose me, and he's back out in the bag again, man. Now he's been dropping a couple of things. Like, I'm glad I came across his page again. I'm glad I've kind of discovered some of his new music, and it's funny how I discovered it because I feel like it's been through guys that I wouldn't normally thought I would have listened to, which is like Adam Calhoun. Fuck, man, there's somebody else in there. I feel like I heard him on the track with, and I was like, oh shit, like he's really back. But either way, Adam Calhoun and etc. have put me back into the Bubba Sparxxx bag because I grew up liking Bubba Sparxxx. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened between him and Timbaland and what happened after he came out with a couple of tracks back then, because I thought Ugly was fire, but I guess you know, he just couldn't grow after that. And I feel like back then too, he was actually, no, he was really different from like the white rappers too. Like, white rappers was starting to kind of make a thing. Like, I feel like Bubba, Paul Wall, like, they weren't Eminem. They were a different type. They was, I guess, what we call it now in 2020s is, you know, the country rappers, you know what I mean? Which I didn't see it that way back in the time. I just looked at it as like another white rapper just with a different spin and a different twist and coming from a different area, you know what I mean? So, and it's funny because you fast forward with like Eminem, later in his career, he's kind of like not gravitated, but he's had those pockets where you get the country beats and the country sounds with a lot of his stuff, and he has those flows and cadences and those pockets where he's almost rapping like as if he's like from the slums. Not to say that he's mocking or nothing like that, but he's also originally born in Missouri or whatever, which means, I mean, you know, we don't know how long he lived in Missouri, I guess, off the top, but he grew up in Detroit. But either way, like, he has that, what I'm getting to is the country roots in him. So I feel like because I liked M, but not because of obviously that he wasn't rapping on this type of time, but once these guys came in, I feel like I definitely just grew into liking that country rap. But because he came in and went so fast between him and Paul Wall, you didn't really get too much of a sample size after that, because they had like what we would call back in the day one hit wonder syndrome. You know what I'm saying? These guys were the one hit wonders because those are the only tracks you can really think of. Now I think Paul Wall had a couple more, but I think Bubba really only had Ugly, and I feel like there was one other track. But once again, even when I say it, I'm like, I ain't chose the rhyme and chose me, and that was over 20 years ago. So shout out Bubba being back in the game, you know what I'm saying? Not back in the game, but back under my radar, you know what I'm saying? And I see that he's been doing his thing, and I'm glad that he never left the game. So Bubba Sparxxx and Big K.R.I.T, yeah, buddy. Sorry I say it like that, but that's Bubba, baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, more beat. See, he knows that way to catch your ear too, because he was under that Timbo. He was under Timberland.
I'm doing my thing, one verse at a time. Everything perfectly fine. Killing all three rings of the circus of mine. Never even heard of return. Man, the hell with these horses. Me and my mama, online splurging and buying. And fuck 2006, cause right now when bitches observing my prime, surfing and turfing and prime.
I love how he just said fuck 2006, where I feel like he's definitely bringing up what I've been talking about every time we get into Bubba. So shout out to that. And he flowing. Bubba can always rap, dog.
Ocean variety, bitch, it ain't no improprieties. Zero whole shit inside of me, knowing I know when you lie to me. You eat what you grow, you reap what you sow, so it's a no-go when you cry to me. They make it so hard to be a good man, even though we still try to be. Motion anxiety, it's just keeping this bitch in between them yellow lines. Yours no good, I can't sell your minds. A hate-ass artist, seldom shines, tell them mine. Over here, focus on this little old bread of mine. Letting y'all know I'm back in this bitch ahead of time. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep the main thing, give me the
yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
That right there, that's what I'm talking about. Trying to maintain and stay sane. Peace and happiness, large amounts. Hell yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. My baby told me she'd never leave me. Same time as she's walking out. Hell yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. I drank a beer and a Shanatita, but then I checked my bank account.
I remember jumping off the post, took the Greyhound, rode that Greyhound all the way to Magic. Didn't have $1 bill outside of the joint. Super tragic, but I had a passenger to make a way. Bag full of beats, I mixed the taste. Couldn't really mix the 808s. Bass drop, probably break your face. See me on top, I was knocking. Yeah, I was fucked up, empty pockets. Turn on the deals, what are sockets? I need the power to power my rocket. I gotta build this from the ground up. Life is a bitch, but I found her. She had to crown me. I'm astounded. Since I came out of my mama's boundaries. In my that's a cruiser, private plane. I'm the missile. Play it to the bone. That's a grizzle. Oh, you were poppin'. Think I missed you. Yeah, but it ain't been biting the side. Candy the car. Golden ain't mouth. I'm born with it. That will never die. Country rap tunes is what we about.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Keep the main thing. The main thing. Give me the money. Give y'all the clout.
Yeah, buddy.
That right there. That's what I'm talking about. Trying to maintain.
You know what's funny? As I'm listening to this, I feel like Big K.R.I.T is a name that I'm familiar with, but I'm not familiar with a lot of his music. But I feel like he was on a couple of things about 6, 7, 8 years ago, and he had that little run with a couple of people. I want to say like the Ross Wale, and a couple of other people. But that's just something off the top. I feel like he did a couple of songs with Fab. If this is the same Big K.R.I.T that I'm thinking of, because I hearing him, like, I don't remember nobody flowing like that. But once again, even back then when dudes like him was coming out, I wasn't really trying to give it too much light because I was ignorant to a lot of things that if it was new and it just didn't catch my ear at that moment, I didn't give a shit about what was going on after the fact. That's just me, you know what I'm saying? I'm only, we only here to be honest about shit, dog, and like we open up our ears to a whole new shit.
They say peace and happiness, large amounts.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about. My baby told me she never leave me. Same time as she's walking out. Hell yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. I drank a beer and then I shed a tear, but then I checked my bank account.
You know, I always wondered what happened to Bubba Sparxxx, B. Like, first of all, that song's a 9. That song's a 9. Beat was dope. Flows was dope. Just how his bopping was dope. Just everything about that was dope, man. For me, I also, like I said in the beginning, I really bang with Bubba Sparxxx. So hearing Bubba drop banging shit like this, the last couple of tracks I've heard from Bubba have actually been pretty fire. Like, you know how when you listen to an artist, you like an artist, but you haven't heard him in a while, and then you hear something and like because you had that old nostalgic feeling about them, you're just gonna automatically assume that's gonna be good, just because. But nah, Bubba didn't even have. He wasn't even rapping like he was back in 04 or 05 or 06, whatever year that was. He was literally, it's a whole new bag. It's up-to-date flows. I can't even be upset about it, dog. Like, shout out Bubba being back in the town, dog. Shout out Bubba being back on the scene, bro. Big shout out. You know what I mean? Like this. Listen, I'm a guy that I'm trying to break in with conversations and dialogue with people, man, and have them tell their story and have me ask some questions because I've always just wanted to know just what was going through like their heads when they not fell off, but when they left somebody like Timbaland. Like with Bubba Sparxxx, I'm like, what happened between him and Tim? Because that's a dope producer. That's like somebody that could propel you to the next level, and like it looked like it started to be that way. So I'm just curious to know what had happened with that as well too. I mean, shit, hopefully one day I can just get on a live stream and talk with Bubba Sparxxx one day, man, because this is somebody who I banged with since that song. But you lose track of things and you didn't have the same ways to get music and shit as well too. So once again, I'm just glad to see him back, man. We out of here. Peace.